Alright guys, in this video I'm just gonna talk about this new bulk text image merge add-on for Google Slides. So I will demo the app and how to use it, how to configure the slides as well as the templates, Sheets templates, Google Sheets templates, so that you can use this effectively. All right, so so in this section, let's start talking about the use cases. So the first use case is that a lot of Pinterest managers are actually creating, hundreds, if not thousands, of Pinterest pins every month to promote their website. So if you were to go to Pinterest, you will see, a lot of different Pinterest, and then typically what they do is they have a template, and then they just merge in a text and an image for that pin, and then they post that on Pinterest. So that's one of the use cases that we can do here. So for example, so they might have a heading text and then a domain name here, and perhaps there are two images that they want to do. So that's kind of like the template, and then once it's generated, it will look something like this, or something like this, and something like that, right? So the goal of this app is to help them create, these pins very quickly and rapidly, and a lot of them, right, fast, so that they save a lot of time, managing their clients' Pinterest accounts. All right. So the other use case is let's say for example, if someone is building an Amazon, Kindle book, books, they're a Kindle book publisher, and then they build activity books. Let's say for example, a coloring book, a puzzle, or whatever, right? So they might have a template like this, image on top, text here, and then they could have a page number and a main image, if it's a coloring book, and a little description, right? So those are the elements of a page, and then when they do a merge, they can do something like this in high numbers, right? So, and another like this. So that's two use cases that this app could do, and then I know there's plenty of other things that people can do, like a YouTube, maybe thumbnail, things like that, right? But for now, I'm gonna use the Pinterest pin to kind of like demonstrate how to use this app. All right. So now, how do we configure this add-on? So first of all, there are two elements. The first element is the template that you're gonna be using. You can have multiple of this. Like in this particular page, there's two templates here. This one and another one is this one, but we can go through one of them first. This one, I think one of them I'll be able to show you how to use this, right? So first of all, what you want to do is make sure you have whatever text you want. You need to adjust your text box, whatever the font is, how big it is, how long, the maximum length or number of characters you want, etc. You gotta place it. So you put in the longest text you need, and that will be your location. And then let's say you have another one, like this one is a domain name, and then the next ones is just formatting the size of the images, right? And then the next thing you need to do is to define the alt text for this. This is how the add-on will know, where to put, let's say the heading text, right? For example, or maybe this one is a subtext or a domain. So you're gonna change the alt text as well, subtext, for example. And then let's say, for example, there's the main image. So you're gonna change the alt text as well. And then the second one, image, and alt text as well, second image. All right. So that's how you pretty much very quickly create a template that you can use. The same thing as this one. So if you're gonna run, let's say, multiple theme, you can definitely just use something like this. This, you can define this as the same alt text, or you can even change it a different way. Let's say heading text 1 or whatever, right? And then there's an image here, the same way, the same thing, main image. All right. So that's how you configure the slide templates, so that we can start the merge. And then the next step will be to define your spreadsheet. So once you want to define your spreadsheet, you need to, the main thing that you need to understand is, for the system to understand, which slide are you going to use as a template, right? So for example, here, there's a slide number here. They're going to put 2 or 4, whatever, right? So this is the number here, the 2 and the 4. So this one is wrong. So let me just move that in. So yeah. So this one will be the 4, the 2 and the 4, right? There might be some templates here, but maybe in that batch you didn't want to use those, right? So that's 2 and 4. So that's the first column. And the next following columns, those are all dynamic. So whatever alt text you use is basically whatever the heading you're gonna use, right? And then once the system starts going, it go one row at a time, and then use that information to build your new slide, right? Or in this case, a pin, right? So yeah. So for example, the line 2 here. Let me just zoom in a little bit. So line 2 here, you see that it's product X and my store, and then there's an image here and a second image, right? So let's go back to the pin. So I already generate that. So yeah, so you'll see here is product X and then my store, and there's 2 images here, right? So basically that's this what the system will do, and it's the same way. So they can have like hundreds of this. I think I tested maybe up to about 200. So yeah, so that's how they're gonna use the system. So I just want to mention something here. So the URLs are actually web URLs that they can put in here, or a drive URL that contains the image. But this images need to be viewable, via a view only, shared as view only, whoever has the link. So this way, we don't really need more OAuth, authorization. We can reduce the OAuth authorization, which gives, a better security for the users, right? So yeah, so, whether it's a URL, a drive URL, it will use a web-based level, kind of like accessing the URL. So the other thing that they can do is actually include a zip file, whether it's a Google Drive zip file or a zip file on the web, right? And once they do that, they will need to specify what the file in the zip file they want as the image for that. So they can use this #@ here to kind of like specify the zip file name here, or the image file inside the zip to use, right? So if they just use the zip file, it's supposed to be it will not work. So that's one way. And let's say, for example, they have hundreds of files inside the zip. They can use the utility that I created, included in this add-on is this zip utility, zip expander utility. So they just need to provide a zip URL here and then click expand, and it will expand it. So let me just show you that quickly as well. So let's say we're using the drive file here, and then I'll put it in here. So you do an expand. If it's invalid, it should show you invalid. If it's valid, it will show you the list of file names inside the zip. So yeah, so that's where it is. And then each file name will be appended at the back, and then they can use this as a URL inside the spreadsheet here, which is what I'm doing. So, all right, so that's for the configuration of the spreadsheet. Let's see here. So yeah, so how do they use the system? So they access this add-on via a menu. So of course they have to download the app, install the app first, through the Workspace marketplace, and then when they want to do the merge, they can do the merge here, merge sidebar here. So configure the merge. So they need to specify whatever the URL is here. When we put this in here, so yeah, so let's say the default is the first sheet or sheet 1, but they can definitely change it to whatever sheet they want by appending like #@, sheet 1 or sheet 2 or whatever sheet. So they can do that if they want to. And once they put it in and then configure the slides, they just need to run merge, right? All right, so that is it with this particular add-on. So I hope this makes sense to you guys, and And yeah, so hopefully we will be able to help a lot of Google Slides users be more optimized with their workflow. All right, thanks and have a good day. Bye now.